actually my first video ever making, so it's kind of weird doing, but this YouTube video is basically going to be painting my MX5. I never painted before, so bear with me. I actually did already paint the rear trunk already. I was actually filming beforehand. I'll probably put the clips in. If I don't, we'll never know. But my name is Jason. I am a college student. I am trying to learn as much as I can, car-wise, and well, at home. I don't know how else to explain it to y'all. But like I said, this is my first time ever making a YouTube video, so excuse me for being all awkward and stuff. But right now I'm going to show you how my trunk looked like. But after that, I'll be telling you all the mistakes I've made and just giving a whole tutorial on what I've learned and how to paint. But come along with me. I also do have another car as well. This is actually my other car right here. This is my BMW 07 328i. It has the M52 engine. There's a lot of mods to it. I probably will get in more depth into it later on, or like I said, I probably will involve the clips from last time, but we'll see. But this is the trunk. I actually did paint it not too long ago. I actually painted it like a day or two ago, not to be honest with you. But essentially, this is how it looked like. This is how it looks like. But yeah, there's a lot of mistakes on it. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but there's like already orange peel. Well, there's not orange peel, but well, there is orange peel, but not already on there. But I'm pretty sure it's because I didn't wet sand enough. I'm not too sure yet, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I just finished buffing and all that. But I'll show you everything that I've done. Like I said, bear with me. But yeah, right now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know is I'm gonna go ahead and start recording, and I'm gonna actually sand the whole car down, everything down, the whole thing. And I'll be showing you what grits I use, what type of sanding methods I'm using, which only sanding method I'm already using is honestly this dear old boy. But yeah, let's see how this goes, and wish me the best of luck. So essentially, what I'm gonna start off with is I'm actually gonna start off with 320 grit. There's many ways of painting from what I've heard and what I've searched up on. But one way that I'm doing specifically is I'm actually gonna. All I'm doing is taking off all the clear. Once I take off all the clear, I'm gonna just. Well, yeah, that's just taking off all the clear and just paint over the base, the old base. There's multiple ways of doing it. Others recommend, which I would have done this if I bought more primer, but I didn't buy much primer. I actually had to go to the store the other day and buy this type of primer, which I'll explain more in depth in case I get to there. But essentially, again, like I said, I'll be taking off all the clear. Once I take off all the clear, I'll just be sanding it down all the way through this, which is dead. And there goes my other battery. But yeah, I'll get all the clear off, go to base, and then once I get the base, if I get any if there's any parts where I got too metal, I will have to use the primer and paint over the primer, sand it down again, make sure it's a smooth finish, and then from there I can paint over that. But I mean, this is how this one turned out. The only reason why I'm pretty sure, like I said, there's orange peel is because I didn't wet sand enough. I was kind of scared of wet sand. My first time ever doing it. But yeah, let me get back to it here. Change the battery out, which is actually right there, beautiful. Which actually I already have a little Milwaukee one, so as you can in clutch. But yeah. But yeah, wish me the best of luck. Like I said, I'm gonna sand down only down. I'll show you how it looks like afterwards, but let's get going. So currently, I actually sanded a good amount of the car. I actually did get to metal on a few parts, as you can tell. Probably can't tell here. It's mainly on the edges where I messed up on. Some parts I actually did want to go to metal. For example, like here, there was some. I guess someone keyed the car. I'm not too sure. I actually bought this car not too long ago for $200. I'll explain the whole story later on as well. But yeah, this is what's going on so far. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm covering up every single little chrome piece with masking tape. I think it's called masking tape, with tape, and I'm gonna cover up all the black pieces as well. I would take. I'm debating on taking off some of these parts, like for example the bumper. I don't know whether if I should take it off or not. Same with the rear bumper. I don't know if I should take off the rear bumper, but yeah, no. Right now we're sanding all this. I'm trying to, like I said, cover up all these. Still gotta sand all this, but yeah. In these cases where you do get to metal, if I can make it, there you go. Where you do get to metal, all you would do is just get primer and just spray it a little bit there. But yeah, here's a little update so far. Like I said, just covering up little pieces. My batteries did die, so I actually don't really, don't really have much. But yeah. My bad for the camera. Still trying to get used to this thing. But yeah, I'll show you more once I get down to more pieces. Like I said, there's a lot more I gotta do. But yeah, I'll let you guys know how it goes. There is actually something I forgot to mention. Previous owner somehow managed to dent this in pretty badly. The tail light was also broken. The bumper's also broken. I'm debating to get a new bumper. I'm not sure. If I can try to fix it, I might try to fix it. But if I can't, just whatever. But I'll be trying to show you guys what I did here. But I honestly right now, as to this moment, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. So this is the weather. Honestly, just kind of annoyed right now. Not gonna lie. The prepping of painting is honestly, I think, in my opinion, the most annoying part of it all. But shit. I just finished covering up all of the car now. All the trim pieces at least. Small pieces need to be covered up. Everything's on the route. I tried covering up everything, but that's something. I have small little gaps left, but I have little ideas of what I'm gonna do, which I will show in the video pretty soon. But right now I'm gonna try to work on what happened to the camera. There you go. I'm gonna try to work on this right here. So as you can tell, it is pretty messed up. Right now my idea is, as you can tell, I took off the tail light. In order to take off the tail light, I'll try to explain it to you guys. Just literally, why is the camera doing it? There you go. It's literally going to be 3 bolts. Once you do the 3 bolts, you literally just pop it out of place. And don't forget to disconnect the connectors, which are right here. But like I was saying, I'm going to try to heat it up. I'm going to try to heat this up as much as I can. Try to go from inside and bang it outwards, and just try to get it as flat as possible if I can. I honestly don't know if it's gonna work, but worth a shot. Let's see if it works. So I didn't record this part, I was just experimenting, but you can tell I made a bunch of holes. What I essentially did was I put a drywall screw into it. I put 2 of them, but I made 4 holes, I think. Yeah, 4 holes. So I essentially just screwed it in with the screw gun into there, and then I just used this hammer as leverage. This hammer right here, it's leverage. Obviously I took the tail light off. I just wanted to see how much more I had left, which I still have a good amount, which I'm probably going to put another hole right here and then pull this out more. But I was heating it up with the heat gun, wherever it's at. There you go, with the heat gun, and I was just pulling it out slowly, more and more and more and more. But it looks like it's working. It still got a little more to go. A lot better than it was before, but we're getting there. I might have to pull from here a little more, but the rest I'm probably gonna use Bondo and they just cover up. But we'll see how it goes. I know I gotta cover these holes with Bondo, but we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know. This is how I'm gonna end up leaving it. It looks a little weird, but I'm gonna give it a go and see how the Bondo holds up. Hopefully it sticks onto there well. I'm gonna clean the surface, but I can't really continue because I don't have a plastic spatula thingy. So I'm gonna see if my dad has one. If not, I'm gonna go buy one. But yeah, right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover up the whole top, the whole convertible part, with plastic, and cover up the trunk really well. Make sure I don't get no more paint on it. And I don't know if you can see the orange peel. Yeah, you can somewhat see how it ended up looking. Some of it looks good, but other parts you can tell and you just needed a good old more of a wet sand. But we'll see how it goes. But like I said, cover this up with plastic, cover the whole top with plastic, cover up the wheels with plastic, and then, well, yeah, hopefully this goes well. I'm not sure if I showed how everything looks right now, but it's how everything looks. Plastic, tape everywhere. I'm still debating on taking out the front bumper. We'll see. I might end up leaving that on there, see how it goes. But still gotta sand down this door right here. I'm still missing this freaking door handle. It's been taking decades for that thing to get here. But I ended up canceling the order because turns out it's not gonna ship until December, and I'm not gonna wait that long. But yeah, I still gotta sand down this whole top part. But yeah, let's see how this goes. So a little fast forward, as you can see, I actually got the whole car covered up. There's only one thing left I have to do, which is the other mirror. But I did sand the car down more. We're almost at the halfway point. What I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna clean up the whole car. I'm gonna spray as much water as possible. As you can tell, I kind of already did so. I don't know if you can tell, but I sprayed as much water as possible, cleaned it up. Now I'm gonna end up using this thing right here, the mineral spirits, which is essentially just gonna clean it really clean. And then once I clean it really clean, I'm gonna end up spraying this right here, primer. Which this primer will take like an hour to dry. Once it dries, I'm gonna sand it again with that thing I'm using, 320 sandpaper, I believe it was. Let me sure. Yeah, 320. After 320, I'm gonna put over 600. And after 600, it should be good to go. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Only on the spots that you can see metal on. So I'm not sure if you can see metal on these ones. And then same thing. Another one over here. Yeah, all these ones right here. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. Wish me the best of luck. Kinda tired, not gonna lie. I think painting, the most annoying part, I think everyone could agree on, is just sanding. But so far, what I'm gonna do now is just get the cleaning really well and then put the primer on. So it is actually another new day, another day in the paradise. But A lot went on last night, to be honest with you. I didn't record only because the camera died and I thought I was charging the whole time. Turns out I wasn't charging, so I ended up finishing around, I stopped around like 9-ish, 30-ish, 9:30-ish, something like that. But all I really did was the main important part that I wanted to show you guys, which was the Bondo. But this is how it looks like now. It doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty decent. I still gotta sand down a good amount, and I might need, reapply more Bondo, so I'll end up showing you guys all about that regardless. So regardless, you guys didn't miss out on anything. But right now what I'm doing, I started earlier today, but again I was letting the camera charge. Didn't charge at all last night. But I started wet sanding some of the car. So you can tell some of it's kind of done. But yeah, we're just going around the whole car wet sanding. Wet sanded all this. This looks basically ready. So this quarter panel should be done. This door I might sand with 320 grit one more time down here. And then go with 800 grit. I was doing 600, but 600 kind of looks a little sketchy. Not gonna lie, the primer came off pretty damn easily, so kind of scared me. But other than that, though, I'm gonna sand this a little more with 800. This is already done. I already did this. As you can tell, it's pretty smooth, not that bad. But yeah, this is ready to paint. This is almost ready to paint. This is almost ready to paint, and still got that over there. Shouldn't be too bad. But we'll see how today ends up going. So, little update. I actually ended up doing a lot more than I expected to. I turned off the camera for a while because it was a lot setting up again. I don't want to put you guys through all that, but here it is now. I ended up taking all the plastic off because I had a bunch of dust on it. So to put new plastic on, made this look as nice as possible. Everything's already sanded down. Everything's ready. I ended up not using any Bondo, so you know I couldn't really show how to use Bondo. Sorry about that. But besides that, that's how things are looking like. Right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover up the whole car with plastic, all the wheels, and then, well, yeah. So that's all I'm gonna be doing now. I'm also gonna be setting up plastic all around, roof down, same way here. So just making like a little paint booth inside my garage. But besides that, that's what everything that happened. Nothing crazy, like I said. All I was just really sanding and primer and sanding, but everything's ready now, so time to start setting up fully. I'm gonna clean the ground right now. I'm gonna get the ground, I'm gonna sweep the ground really well, and then I'm gonna get water and spray the ground with water and then set up the whole thing. But let's get going. It is now the new day. It is currently 2:04. I actually went to work today, so that's why I'm starting late today. I went to my job site, got to changing tires anyways. But today is finally the day where I'm gonna start painting. As you can tell, I woke up to a beautiful surprise. A very, very beautiful surprise. The plastic fell. So it's whatever though, but I'm about to move all this out again. So I move this out, move the side skirts wherever I left them, right there. Put them all out, and then put that plastic back up again. Put the plastic over here, everywhere. You'll see how it goes, but let's get going. Hopefully I can get painting today. Well, that's the plan at least, but hopefully I can finish today. Let's do this. So this is the paint I bought. I bought it from Auto Paint HQ. This paint's pretty good. It's a BMW color. I am painting it a Oxford Green 430. But essentially, I'm gonna show you how to mix paint. But in order to mix paint, there's 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, all that. Doesn't really matter. Well, that matters, but what I'm talking about is, as you can see, it's labeled Part A and Part B. Part A essentially going to be your first column, and then Part B is going to be your second column. Same thing goes all around. It doesn't matter how much you put inside of here. It really depends on you and how much you need. But essentially, if you're going to put, let's say, 2 of paint, you just put 2, and then once you get 2, you're going to fill up the rest all the way to the rest, which is Part B, all the way to the other 2. That's essentially how you do it. I'm trying my hardest to explain it, but if you're going to use, let's say 1-on-1, for example, you put Part A, which is paint, put the paint all the way to 1 on the first level on the left side, and then the other side will be your mixture, which will be the rest all the way to 1. Don't go past 1, but that's really how you do it. It's not too confusing. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section. But yeah, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and start mixing paint, and then we'll get going with painting the car. Let's see how this goes. So it is actually the next day. I didn't record yesterday because I was trying to just do the before and after, how you guys saw it, and then do the after, but things did not go to plan at all whatsoever. So what happened was, yesterday whenever I put the base coat on, everything just went to shit for me, to be honest. I put the base coat on, I didn't see that my hose was tangled, so when I went to go shoot the gun, a bunch of little like drops came out and hit the hood. Out of all the parts, the hood. And then, well, yeah, that's what happened. So I had to try to fix that. We couldn't fix it, so I had to deal with other stuff. But yeah, well, essentially what's going on now is I'm actually putting the clear on. So what I did, I wish I recorded, but I wasn't really thinking. I was just so irritated by the fact of what happened that I couldn't think. So sorry for not showing, but I'm gonna let you know what I did. So on little droplets that you have on your hood and it's noticeable, after I was done spraying on the clear, I waited the whole day for it to cure. Next day, came by, I got a 1500 grit sandpaper, and I wet sanded them areas only them areas, and any other areas that I saw didn't look perfect. Went there, sprayed it down pretty well, sanded it down really well, and then made it to the point it went away. And today came by and put more coats on it, which I don't know if there's a certain amount you're allowed to put or not, but this car probably has like 6 or 7 damn coats on it, but whatever. But as long as it looks good. But yeah, so right now I just finished putting the clear coat, but before that I put all the base again, and now them droplets that I had were all gone, so it looks pretty good now, pretty damn clean. It's just everything looks really orange peely. I'm not sure it's because something I did wrong, or if it's just because all I gotta do is just really buff it out at the end, and it'll be like a brand new damn car, hopefully. But I did have a slight hiccup. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I took pictures of everything, so I'll try to include it so you guys can see what happened and stuff. But another hiccup happened too. Is after I was done putting the base, my luck, piece of plastic went flying because of the wind, hit the door in the left panel, got stuck on there. I lost my shit again, so that's another reason why I didn't record. Everything was going to shit. So make sure whenever you guys paint, make sure your hose isn't tangled up, and make sure if you do a DIY type of tent thing, make sure everything's stick on really well, like really sticky onto everything. And then, well, yeah, that's really all I have to say. I'll show you guys how it looks like right now. I'm actually waiting 30 minutes for this clear coat to dry, and I have to wait another, for this clear coat to dry. And then from there, I'll end up putting the next clear coat on, which will be the last one of the day, and then that'll be it. And that's I think that's why I will end the video. After the two clear coats I'm gonna apply, I have to wait a total of 2 days for it to fully dry. And after that, I'll make another video about buffing, because I don't have a damn clue how to buff either. But I'll show you guys how it looks like in a little bit. So this is actually how the car looks. Sorry for this loud squeaky floor, I guess. Clear coat is very, very sticky. That's how it looks like. Does not look the best. It still hasn't dried up. I still gotta wait another 20 minutes. But that's how it looks like. As you can tell, my actual foot got, oh, there we go. I couldn't even aim it. Sorry about that. That's how it looks. It doesn't look the best if I put flash onto it. I think on camera it probably looks a lot better. Maybe. I'm not too sure. But so the car looks not too bad. I kind of wish I knew more about what I was doing, but slowly but surely. But I'm about to wait for the second coat, and let's see how it goes. So it is now dry a little bit, not the best dry, but it's dry enough for it to meet for. It was dry enough for me to take down the plastic all around it. But this is how it looks right now. It is still sort of wet, but not too wet to the point that trash will get stuck on there. But so the car looks. Doesn't look too bad. It does. I don't know how it looks on camera, but in person it looks like orange peely. But that's just because apparently after you're done doing these type of jobs, you need to give it a good wet sand with 1500 grit, 200 grit, 1200 grit. Oh, sorry, 2000 grit and then 3000 grit. But that's how the car looks. Like I said, this is my first time painting. Everything that I've done, I tried my hardest to explain. Sorry if I wasn't clear, but so the car looks. But other than that, though, this is where the video's gonna end. I gotta wait 2 days, so in 2 days you guys will see me again. And in the 2 days I'm gonna end up buffing it and doing the wet sanding. So let's see how this goes. But appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. And in the next video, maybe I'll try. If I go through this video, if not, I'll try to put it in this video and try to be more specific on a few parts. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.